Y'all see that? Yes, October of 2024. Technically, that was last year. All right, Dodge Dart 2015 model. Guys, another one of those, well, it's not that they waited to the last minute because you actually got some time. Got to the end of the month. Here in Georgia, we are required to get a state emissions every year. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, I don't know if y'all saw that video on that truck that I was just doing. Same scenario, guys. There are things that can cause your truck or your car. Yep, it failed. Okay, from car readiness. Now, let me say this again. Let me see if I can reiterate this. I don't know if consumers watch a lot of my videos. I wish they did, because they could learn a thing or two. For instance, you should not. They could learn this from my channel had they been watching it. You cannot pass an emission with all them damn warning lights on. Y'all see that? Check engine light on, ABS light on, traction control light on. Now, what really matters here is the check engine light. Guys, the check engine light technically comes on when the computer system detects that your car is emitting fumes, okay? Bad emissions coming out the tailpipe. That's usually technically why the check engine light's supposed to come on. Now, they have watered it down so much to the point where any little thing would turn the check engine light on. For instance, as you can see, I got an ABS light on, traction control light on. So there are some ABS problems with this vehicle. Now, based on the preliminary codes that I got, guys, something as little as a wheel speed sensor could, naturally, you expect it to turn the ABS light on. But why on earth is it turning the check engine light on? Yeah, okay. The programming that some car makers was using, this is a 2015 model, so I'm assuming back in 2015, they got a little carried away with the programming, how they got it set up. You should not fail emissions because you got an ABS problem. ABS, anti-lock brake system, okay? Yes, obviously that's disabled right now because the light on. So in the event you skid, y'all know what ABS prevents your vehicle from skidding into a collision. You know the distance between an object is greater if your brakes are modulating. Okay, so if you skid into an object, yes, you're gonna crash. You're just going as opposed to whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, you have a chance of not crashing because of analog brake system. All right, but that's a whole nother topic. I want to stay focused on this. Is this car spitting out potential bad emissions because a wheel speed sensor is not functioning the way it's supposed to? Perhaps. Yes. I'm gonna say this. I don't know what transmission in this thing yet, but a wheel speed sensor can affect your transmission. Yes. And your transmission can definitely affect emissions. Okay, because it can bog, not directly, but indirectly. It can bog down the engine and cause your emissions to raise. What's coming out of the tailpipe, whether it be hydrocarbon, carbon dioxide, it doesn't matter. Okay, if the ABS can affect transmission can affect the engine operation. The engine operation could produce possible higher emissions, which will turn that check engine light on. Now, you have to get that fixed in order to get that light out, get that ABS fixed, and potentially pass emissions. All right, so what I'm about to do, I did all of that. I said all that to say this. Let me find out what's wrong with this car. Okay, I just got a preliminary dosage of what the code is. Now, when you're dealing with a speed sensor, guys, what you need to do is monitor. Remember, each wheel, there's 4 wheels on a vehicle, right? Each wheel speed rotation is being monitored by a wheel speed sensor. That is crucial for ABS, and nowadays that is crucial for transmission. So the best way to check ABS, the easiest way, is to look at your scan tool data and look at the reading from each wheel. Just say if I got a left rear speed sensor error code, I'm going to focus on that. If I'm getting 0 out of that sensor while the car is actually rolling, okay, then yeah, I got a problem with that wheel speed sensor. Chances are it has failed. All right, so for instance, I'm in the ABS module right now. So what I'm going to do is go to data, We want to see some data. We want to stroll down till we see all the wheel speed sensor reading. See exactly what the computer's seeing. There we go right here. Y'all see on the bottom left, you got wheel speed left front, wheel speed right front, wheel speed left rear, wheel speed right rear. Now, I'm going to start driving. Okay, so what we're gonna do is look at the data beside that number. All right, now, what do y'all see? Y'all see numbers by everything except wheel speed right rear. And imagine that was the code that was given. So now the AB system is fairly simple. Okay, now a lot of people will take that and run with it. Okay, I need a sensor. All right, and I'm no different, guys. When I see that, I automatically think I need a sensor. However, you could have some wiring issue. You could have an open circuit in that ABS sensor. So before you just write up a sensor, at least give it a good eyeball visual inspection. All right, but as you can see right there, I'm getting information from every wheel speed sensor other than the right rear wheel speed sensor. So my estimate will in fact include a rear wheel speed sensor. Yeah, so here's my topology. As you can see, there's no fault code inside the PCM. Remember the check engine light on. It is on because there's a fault code in the TCM. All right, now let's take a look at what fault code is in this TCM DTC. As you can see right there, invalid data received from ABS module. So the ABS module is basically busing. Here's the ABS. Let's see what code is in it. Right here, right rear wheel speed sensor system failure. Okay, so this information is being bused to the TCM that requires this information to shift properly. If your transmission is not shifting properly, guess what? You could be emitting emissions out of your tailpipe. So we have to get this ABS fixed, okay, by way of replacing that wheel speed sensor. This is my code right there, and I just showed you how to visually see if its data is being properly emitted from the sensor. All right, stay tuned.